Okay, so I already did my eyebrows off camera as per usual. So where's my concealer? Okay, I'm gonna prime my eyes with my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo concealer in D31. Ooh, I really hope I'm in focus. So yeah, prime my eyes. Usually I do one eye off camera, but I didn't do that today. I don't even know why. My eyebrows came out so bomb today. You know, that's how you know it's gonna be a good motherfucking day when your eyebrows come out bomb on the first try, because sometimes I'm doing my eyebrows and I'm just like, really that's how we're gonna be looking today? Don't do your eyebrows the way you want. If you don't do your eyebrows the way you want, your whole look is just off, and like you just be looking at your eyebrows the entire day like, what the fuck, what the fuck. My sisters are at school right now, so this is like the best time to film because nobody's barging into my room asking me questions like they always do. I hate when I chew on camera because I chew so freaking weird. Like, even my sisters will be like, Gabby, why do you chew like that? So for the look we're doing today, the hell, it's gonna be a cut crease. I know my last video was a cut crease as well, but cut creases are my favorite type of eye looks. I just love how it looks when you look down. Like, so I'm gonna do another one. This one, I'm not gonna really like be as in depth with how to do a cut crease. I'm more gonna be talking about how to do this look, if that makes sense. But if you do want to watch an in-depth tutorial on how to do a cut crease, you can watch my video below. This is gonna be the other method that I spoke about in my video on how to do a cut crease, which could be easier for some people. I don't know, it depends on the type of person you are. Into my Tarte's Pro, actually, hold on, to my Morphe palette today because I've been abandoning it, and like, this palette's still bomb. So I'm gonna take this color here, this one and this one, these two, as my transitions, and I'm using this fluffy brush from Beach Cosmetics. And yeah, I never do this eye first, so this is kind of weird. Just blend and blend and blend. I really want my transition color to pop because we are going to be using dark colors after this, so you want to like really blow it out almost up into your brow bone. So you just want to blend it out, blend, 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 and blend, you know, blend for your life. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into my Tarte's Pro palette. Now I'm gonna go into my Tarte's Pro palette, and I would take the color Smoked, which is like a dark brown, and I'm gonna take the same blending brush, and I'm gonna pack this on underneath the transition and then smoke it out. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So like, pack it on first, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I find that this technique helps you make it a little bit more precise, and you get more pigment, so it works out. So I pack it on and then I blend it out. And you want to drag this out because there's gonna be a cut crease. Blending. So now we're gonna go in with a black. We're gonna go in with a black eyeshadow. Hold on, what the fuck? And this one is called Punk, and it's in my Tarte's Pro palette. You can use any black eyeshadow you have. Doesn't really matter as long as it's pigmented. So So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna place it there. Place it. And then I'm gonna tap my brush off. And then I'm gonna blend it. You really don't want to use too much black because it could just ruin your entire look if you put too much. So make sure you tap off that brush. I need to use a closer mirror. Okay. So you want to like kind of wipe off the black on your brush, and I'm gonna go and add some more transition color so that it smokes out. So the same color that I used for my Morphe palette, these two. Oh, by the way, this is my 35F Morphe palette, and I'm just gonna add some more just so it pops out. Alright, so we're about to cut the crease. Oh, the lighting is really bothering me. So, to cut the crease, I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cool Tan, because I don't want to use my expensive concealer for this. Right. And I'm going to use this brush that I show you guys all the time, that I literally use all the time, and cut the crease. And we're doing a full out cut crease. So with this part, like I said, you really just want to like kind of tilt your head back so that you don't mess it up, and that you can get like your full semicircle thing cut out properly. You don't want any jagged lines, and you really want to make sure you don't use too much concealer, otherwise it starts to look crazy. Dip it down, and flick it up like that. I don't even know if this camera is catching my light. Each Cosmetics palette and use, I think I'm gonna use this color blue right here. Oh. And I'm gonna set it with that. I don't like that brush. So I went off camera and I finished putting the blue, and I did some liquid eyeliner. Now I'm going to take this blue-green glitter liner. I'm going to put that all over my eye. I'm also going to mix it with some other glitters just to make the eye pop. I'm going to take some of this lighter glitter. Camera's not going to focus on it, but yeah. And I'm going to place that in like spots on my eye just so it can like sparkle more. Like just random spots. I don't want to like super pack it on. So I put some eyelashes on. And now we're going to get started on the face. This is a very important part. Very important part of the video, okay? So I'm gonna take some rose water, and I didn't moisturize my face, but I'm just use some rose water to moisturize my face. Just like that. Ooh, I'm too lazy to wipe off the glitter and the eyeshadow on my face, so I'm gonna leave it because I'm a lazy ass bitch, but it's okay. So for foundation, I'm going to take, I can use my LA Girl. Actually, I'm just gonna use my Kat Von D because, you know, that's the goat. So I'm gonna take some Kat Von D. Okay. So for your foundation, to avoid flashback, you really want to make sure that it doesn't have SPF of any kind in it. And like summer's over now, so we don't need no SPF regardless. So it's about to rain, but yeah, so no SPF in your foundation. You don't want that flashback. You also want to make sure you really match your foundation properly. So like this foundation, it doesn't really match my neck that much, but I just blend it down and it really matches like my chest and my shoulder. Yeah, I didn't even prime. I just came home early today.
So it's not Tuesday.
Oh. Say hi to my viewers. Wait, they can't see your face, Giselle. You're too tall. So it really matches my neck. I mean, my shoulder area. So I just blend it down my neck and it works out that way. So yeah, you just want to make sure your whole, like, it's all just cohesive and nothing looks unblended and it matches so that you don't get flashback. For blending my foundation, I always use this Real Techniques brush. I just like to use like flat, dense brushes because you get more coverage that way. So yeah, a lot of people struggle with smile lines, and sometimes I get those too, but I don't get them that much. But I recommend to just put a lot less product there so that you don't end up caking up and then it looks crazy and shit. So yeah. Hi babes. How was your food? Yeah. What does that mean?
Means my food was meh.
Meh. We ate it yesterday. It was meh. I'm gonna powder a little bit. Usually I don't do this, but it's usually because I'm lazy. But I'm gonna powder with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NW45, and I'm just gonna kind of powder. It doesn't really like set it that much, so I can still use creams on top of it. It kind of just helps and adds more color. Okay. I'm so sorry if you guys see me looking here. It's my mirror, like my big mirror is here, and I just keep looking in it to see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take my Kat Von D Pocket Tattoo Concealer Cream in D31 Warm. And with concealer, you don't want to go too light and you don't want to go out of your undertone. So I have more of a yellow undertone-ish, kind of reddish, and so this concealer is very yellow, and that way it blends in with my skin a lot better. I see some people like my skin color, or like maybe lighter, and they're using like a really white ashy concealer, and that doesn't work because it just makes you look white and ashy. And I get you want to be highlighted, but you don't want to look crazy, you know? So go with something that is within your undertone, and just go like, don't go overboard with it, because this concealer, I know it looks light, but when I blend it in, it literally blends in with my skin, and like it doesn't look crazy or anything. Right. Also, it doesn't have SPF, so no flashback there. And I just use a little bit. Like, some people go crazy with the triangles to waste the product. It gets everywhere. There's no need. There's really no need. This concealer is also really full coverage, so you don't need to go ham. And I just let it sit there for about 5-ish minutes so that it can really soak in and set so that it's the fullest coverage possible. Okay. So I start with blending out my chin first. I would blend out my chin and my forehead first. Y'all, I'm really on the hunt for a cheap concealer because I am a broke university student and I do not have money to be spending on concealer like this, because I think this is the part of my makeup that takes the most money, because there's not that much in the tube. Like, there's not. So I need a concealer that's cheap, that is not LA Girl, because that is a little bit too greasy for me, and it's full coverage and it has good undertones. I do not want a ashy concealer, because a lot of these concealers in the drugstore are so ashy. Like, I can't use that at all. So if you know a concealer that is thebomb.com and it's cheap, please tell me down in the comments, because I need to know. I need to know. I do not have money for this. By the way, I'm using the same Real Techniques brush to blend out my concealer. I love this brush. Like, it's just so dense and like gets in all the creases and it gives me a full coverage look. So yeah, I want like something super spicy, some tackies. Yes, I love those. Alright, so after I blend out my concealer like really freaking well, because I do not want any harsh lines or flashback or my makeup to be unblended, I take my LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in the color, I think it's dark chocolate. And I use this to contour, cream contour. So, ooh, I was gonna try a new method today. So usually I apply it directly on my face and then I blend it out, but lately I've been putting too much and then I just have like a mess. So I'm gonna try using my brush, just taking some and then like blending it in and see if that helps. I won't get a muddy look, because you know when you use too much and it just starts to get muddy if you use too much contour or bronzer or whatever. I can add more if I need it. I find that this foundation low-key kind of dries kind of fast. Like, I'll put it on and like 2 seconds later that bitch is dry and I'm like, chill. Like, damn, can I blend it first before you try on a bitch? Ooh, I hope I didn't apply too much there. So I used to use my Laura translucent powder, Laura Mercier, in the deep color, but I am gonna use some, now where the hell is this powder? Some of my CoverGirl powder. This is from the drugstore and it's the freaking GOAT. Like I said that before in my other video or something. The powder, A1, okay? You can't get me to buy any other powder now. If this one is $8, Laura Mercier is like $50. I'll save my coin. Okay. Before you set your face, you want to make sure that you blended out any creases that have created or any fine lines, because you do not want to set those because you will look crazy. So I'm going to take this sponge and I'm going to use some powder and set my crease. I like to use like a thin layer because I don't want to cake it up. Thin layer, and then I start putting bare, lots of powder. And I really like to put it on the sides of my nose for my nose contour, so that it makes it stand out more. Where I like to bake the most is like these corners right here. That's where I get oily, right there. Okay, so I dusted off the powder and the camera is like dying-ish, so I kind of have to move quickly. I went over my face with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NW45. And I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me. Ooh, I just ate a chicken burger. Ooh. and I ran upstairs. Okay. And dark, and I'm gonna use this to kind of bronze. I'm gonna spray my face with some Dewy Finish NYX setting spray. As well, I'm gonna spray my face with some rose water. Highlight with my MAC palette. I forgot what this was called. MAC highlighter in Oh Darling. Ooh. I'm gonna put some on my forehead too. Not too much, because I don't like when there's too much up here. Some of Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty. Yes. Brush around. I'm kind of using this to align my lips. And I'm gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Pure Hollywood and put that in the middle and blend it together. So that is pretty much the finished look. Yeah.